morning, this beautiful Monday morning. So I'm beginning to enjoy this, and I only wish and pray that we stay consistent, like I said last week, Monday. Okay, so this morning I want to talk about how to get your kids to do what you want them to do, especially cleaning and organizing that we're all about. Yeah. So I've come across people who say, oh, it's easy for you because you're a cleaner. It's easy for your kids to follow after you, or they see that your house is clean and organized, so they do it, so you don't have to talk so much, or blah blah blah, one thing or another. Okay, so as much as that has a bit of truth in it, it's not entirely that way. Why do I say that? Um, I why do I say that? So I face the same challenges that every other mom out there faces in trying to get their kids to do what they want them to do. So because I'm a cleaner and an organizer, doesn't mean my home does not have cobwebs. So it doesn't mean like my home is standing on one artificial plane or something. So I live here. I go through the same challenges that every normal mom goes through. You know, you step into your house, sometimes it's all jumbled upside down. You're all running around trying to keep people's homes clean, and you're not even emphasizing some detail in your home and all that. So that happens. I'm a normal human being, so I'm not a spirit. In fact, I was not born a cleaner. So yes, I had those tendencies and all that. Oh, I want the space to sparkle. Oh, I want it to look like this and all that. But I wasn't that that's not the reason why boy errands even started. Boy cleaning service started because I wanted to start a business. Yeah, so after going to look for job here and there, you know, the oil companies and all that, and they kept coming or not coming, I decided to build my oil well. So I decided to look for oil, and I found it here. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, okay, so let's clean. If I the cleaning service when the boy errand started, cleaning was not even part of the deal. You know, like I said, as much as I love to clean, I didn't think I want to be going around cleaning people's houses and all that. So, but here we are. So I face the same challenges. Yeah, I come back to my home, and oh, sometimes I'm so tired, and oh, the next thing I want to do is not clean my house. You know, so I'm not a superwoman. I get people to help me do my space. I get people to help me do what I want to do. And then I make things work. You know, I put things in place, some systems that work when I'm not around. So when I get back, I don't have to do so much if I have to just dive into my bed or something like that. Okay, so that's the same system I set up when it has to do with the children as well. Okay, so I'm going to talk about just two things today. How I get my own kids to help me keep my space the way I want it to be, or the way I like it to be. Right? Yeah. I am so the kids will do one thing. They will do what they see you do more than what they hear you say. There's a saying like that, right? So what do I do? Number one, I try to do what I want them to do. It just simply means I set an example. So I don't just talk and talk and talk. I don't just talk and talk and talk. So even when I don't feel like doing it, because I want them to do it, I get around doing it. Okay, so for instance, when you say don't talk while you're on the table, then you don't have to, you can't talk when you're on the table. If you say don't use phones, don't use your tablets on the table, then you have to keep your phone aside when you're eating, you know, things like that, because they see you and they tend to do what you do more than what you're asking them not to do or something. I hope I got that correctly. Yeah. Okay, so to get their spaces clean and organized, what I do in my home, so I have a place for everything. Number one, I have a place for everything. So they know where their toys are, they know where their clothes are, they know where their shoes stay, they know where their school bags stay, they know where their church bag stays, they know where their book stays, you know. So basically I have things in place. Now that is a system that I put together so that they also, as they're growing up, they know that, oh, everything has a place. Yeah, mommy says this is where this is for this is for this. So I tell them, immediately you finish using your toys, I'm like, back in the place where it's supposed to be. Immediately you finish reading your books, back in the place where it's supposed to be. So they are growing up knowing that everything has a place. right? So mommy set up that system to make it easy for herself. So when I get back, I'm not saying pack this thing and then they pack it from here and go and put it in another place where you get sick about. So everything has a place and they know that mommy has set it up that way. So whether mommy's around or mommy's not around, when they're done with this, so I even talk to the person who's caring for them, like maybe my caregiver or whatever, when I'm not around, like they know. So when they finish this by 7, they pack it up. So those are systems that I set up to enable me be sane, right? So I'm not superwoman, because when I come back home sometimes I don't want to clean. Like I said, last thing I want to do is do that in my own space. I'm telling you the truth. So except when I have to do a deep clean, maybe on some Saturdays I'm not going anywhere and I move around my house, and yes, I still see cobwebs, I still see stuff. It's my house. Like I said, I face the same challenges you do. Sometimes I open my kitchen cabinet and I see stuff and I'm like, oh my god, how did I accumulate this over time? And I'm going around decluttering people's homes. You see that? So I'm a normal human being. Okay, so basically I just set up systems. So number one, like I said, let them see what you want them to do. Was that my number one? Yes, yeah. So let them see what you want them to do. Set up systems that will help you keep them organized, right? So number two, use incentives. So I do that. I use incentives. So you do this, you get this. You sleep by 7, you get this. So basically we've done this over time, and right now it's almost like a rule. So you sleep by this o'clock, or you do this, you get up in the morning, you make your bed, you brush your teeth, you do this, you get your tablets. Now if it's a weekend, so we keep their tablets away. So they already know that their tablets and TV is away during the week, just for weekend. I mean, my son comes out on Friday from school and like, Mommy, it's a weekend, because he wants to take over the TV. Do you understand? So put these systems in place. Now they will cry. So it wasn't easy for me. Like I said, I didn't start out like this. I decided to do it and it's working for me. I'm telling you the truth. It's working for me. Whether I'm around or I'm not around, my kids can go get their tablets. I don't even hide it. They know where it is, so they can't go get it because it's theirs. So they know they always have to take permission. Mommy, can I use it now? Mommy, I have homework or something. They want to refer, if they want to refer to it, they always have to ask if it's not a weekend. In fact, even if it's a weekend, they still come, Mommy, can I get it now? And I go like, oh, okay, let's check. Have you done this? Have you done this? And then I go like, oh yes, you can have it. So yeah, I use those things, that incentives, whether in the negative or in the positive, to help me get them to get me to stay sane, to teach them also to grow up organized. I think it works for everybody, and I think it's a good deal at the end of the day. So they know we don't have too much clutter. When their things are becoming too tight, sometimes by themselves, they'll be like, Mommy, can we give this out? Because they know Mommy just sets up these systems, and well, it's working. Okay, it's working for me, it's working for them, and the whole house and the whole place is organized and less noisy in the mind and less noisy out of the mind. Come on, who doesn't like to be in the space like that? So let's try this. Yeah, do what you want them to do, by setting systems that they can see and follow. It's easier for them to do what you do than for them to just do it because you're saying it. Take your shirt into the wardrobe. Now, you have never taken the shirt, or they have never understood that shirts stay in there. So you talk too much. So keep doing it, let them see it. Like I said, it won't be easy. I didn't start out like this, and I'm not even there yet. So I still come back sometimes. I see things out of place, but I could just look at them like that, and they know, oh, this should be there, and then they pick it up and go do it. So yeah, to get your sanity back, to stay sane, and to keep your kids helping you out in your cleaning and organization, do what you want them to do. And then so set up those systems so that they can see work, and then they follow suit. And then second, they use incentives. Okay, and stick by it. Don't say you won't have it and then you give it to them when they haven't done what they're supposed to do. Stick with it. They're gonna cry, they won't die, they'll get used to it. I had to build this strength, okay, because when I started out with their sleeping patterns. I wanted them to sleep at a particular time, and I saw another parent doing it, and she went like, the kids won't die. I tried it for a whole week. It was crazy, but I put myself to do it. And then all of a sudden they got used to it, and now I don't have to talk too much. When I say, oh, it's sleep time, whether it's 6 o'clock, when it's sleep time, they just go in and they're gone. Okay, so try it out and let me know if it works for you. I hope it helps. Have a fantastic week.